So, when all of you out there in internet land think of rebels, I'm assuming that nuns are not the first thing to leap to mind. The Catholic Church recently came out and made a statement that they were going to crack down on American nuns, of which there are about 55,000 apparently, because they feel that the group, the general group of nuns in the United States, have not been speaking out strongly enough against issues such as gay marriage, abortion, and women's ordination. Women becoming priests.
Okay.
Or priestesses, whatever you want to call it. Rome has also chided the Leadership Conference of Women Religious, the LCWR, for sponsoring conferences that featured a prevalence of certain radical feminist themes incompatible with the Catholic faith.
Okay.
So...
Wait, but that organization is not a religious organization.
No, it is a religious
organization.
organization.
Excuse me, a Catholic organization.
No, I believe that it is.
Okay, that's okay.
Or else the Catholic Church probably wouldn't be speaking.
Well, that's why I was wondering. That's
right.
Exactly what I was wondering.
It's a conference for
religious. Okay, so it's a part of their church.
Sure. So the reason that I wanted to bring this up, because I want to point out, because I feel like I've gotten a lot of blowback from American Catholics that I've gotten emails from or that I've had correspondence with over the internet, that they want to say the Catholic Church is not the organization that I have portrayed them on this show, Outcast in Zion. That the Catholic Church doesn't really, think this or think that. They're not really, against women, and they're really progressive, when the fact of the matter is, no, they aren't. The particular group in the Catholic Church that kind of did a study and then came out and made this statement that they were going to be cracking down is it's a group known as the CDF. And I'm absolutely have lost my place of what that stands for, but it's actually the part of the Catholic Church that the current Pope was actually the head of for 25 years. It's the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith.
Okay.
They're the ones coming down and saying, okay, you are not being anti-abortion enough because this is our doctrine, and you are not being against gay marriage and the ordination of women to the priesthood enough because this is the doctrine, and you need to support
to the nuns.
Right, specifically to the nuns. And so that's the point. They are this organization within the Catholic Church that the current Pope was head of for a quarter of a century. They're saying, no, we are absolutely not about these things. We are not for gay marriage. We are never going to be for gay marriage. We are never going to be for the equality of women in the eyes of God as for ordination to the priesthood. We are never going to fall on the side of women's reproductive rights. And we are against radical feminist themes, and they are incompatible with the Catholic Church. Now, I know some feminists. I would count my wife as a feminist. I don't really know what radical feminism is. My understanding of feminism, strictly speaking, and I suppose I would consider myself a feminist because I have this weird idea that women are people. And, I have this weird idea that, when a person, and women are people, I have this idea that when people have the same level of experience and education and do a job equally as good as other people around them, all those people should be paid the same. So those are crazy ideas, I know.
But lefty?
I don't know what feminism really is, aside from the idea that, women are people, women should have equal pay, women should have equal access to jobs, women should have equal treatment under the law. women shouldn't be discriminated against just on the grounds of, like, if a woman gets fired from a job because she's incompetent at it, have at it.
Yeah.
But if she gets fired just because they're like, well, she was a woman, that absolutely not. It's just, I don't know that feminism is anything but that. I don't know that there's a radical feminism out there that says we're going to have men in slave collars and this is going to be, a gynocracy where all the leaders will be women, and if men step out of line, castrate them and send them to the mines to dig ore. Like, I don't know that there is a feminism like that. Most of the feminists I know are straight and have a significant other that is male, and so it kind of wouldn't make sense that they should so want to hurt the men that they care about. These women have sons who they don't want to see downtrodden in such a way. So I would love to see out of the Catholic Church description of what these radical feminist themes are. I'm assuming that because the Bible gives us some precedent that women are property, radical feminism is anything that says women are in fact not property.
Yeah.
But again, not my problem, not my book.
Yeah.
So that's for you to get over, but I think a large portion of the rest of our society would like to move on.
Well, one of the things that I find interesting is that they're cracking down on the nuns, and the nuns specifically, it's like they're cracking down on subjects that nuns don't really have a lot of knowledge or experience in. I mean, they don't really have a lot of experience in understanding in abortion because they don't participate in, generally, they don't participate in sex.
But I think they're coming down specifically on the nuns because they want. It sounds to me like they want the nuns to come out and say, "Oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, turns out we as women aren't really people."
I understand what
they want the nuns
to
reinforce that
position. But it's kind of ridiculous that they're trying to. I mean, because my point is, why should we listen to the nuns anyway? Because they're trying to get the nuns to talk about subjects that the typical woman versus the typical nun. The nun does not understand and hasn't had that life experience.
Sure, so and why should we listen to the Pope?
It's a little ridiculous to listen to somebody who doesn't have that life experience.
And why should we listen to the Pope, a man who has supposedly never had sex, has no children, has never been married? Why should we listen to him about matters of marriage or contraception?
Absolutely.
I mean, he's got no experience in this. The final thing that I wanted to note, this was just kind of a random stat that was thrown out in the course of this article that I actually got off the Salt Lake Tribune. The number of nuns in America has dropped quite significantly. In 1965, there were almost 180,000 nuns, and now there are only 55,000.
Wow.
So, we had an article recently where the Pope kind of talked about how the attitude of this papacy is that he would prefer a Catholic Church that is more orthodox and smaller to one that is looser in its doctrine and larger with more broad appeal. So I think we can say, mission accomplished, Chief.
Getting your wish.
Outcasts out.